thank you so much for giving us some time to talk to us about this, honestly, the craziest performance car here at Ultrace.
So,
dual motor.
Yes.
One engine is already so crazy, but you have two of the same engine.
Yes, identical setup. What's in the front, it's identical in the rear. So we have 3.6 liter VR6, yes, attached to a DQ500 RS3 gearbox, which is supercharged by a compound turbo setup with a GTX 5533 and the G42. The current power is around 1500 horsepower, but the power plant is capable of 1800 horsepower on each engine. So we can say we have 3000 or 3600 horsepower total.
What? Oh. 3,600 horsepower total.
Yes.
I'm speechless. I really am speechless.
There are more powerful cars out there in the world, but
so first of all, you're from Romania?
Yes, we are from Romania.
So you brought your car all the way from Romania just to show it at Ultrace.
Yes.
But this is a running, driving car.
Yes. So if you look here, this is how the car looks with all the cover, all the body. Yes.
Right.
So this is the old setup. In the old setup, we ran 8.7 seconds, but with 1200 horsepower combined, 600 in the front, 600 in the rear, 1200 horsepower.
273 kilometers track speed. So you mean
400 meters.
You're telling me that you haven't run it in this configuration
yet?
No,
in this setup, no. In this setup, no. This is a brand new setup. On the rear, I still have some 2 or 3 weeks more on electrical parts, but it will be ready in September this year, and I want to race it.
Yes, I can't wait to see that. But my question is, did this start out as a stock Lupo, or was this a...
No, so it started as a tubular chassis we built from ground zero to accommodate both engines. And we at DOP Motorsport, we are specialized in tuning solutions for Volkswagen Group, yes? And we want to have a Volkswagen personality. So we put the Volkswagen
Lupo body on it.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Got it.
We can switch it to another.
It could be any Volkswagen.
Yes.
It could be a Golf. It could be whatever.
Yes.
But you just chose a Lupo because it's probably the cheapest, most affordable version.
Because it's a small car and you're thinking, this is a Lupo. How powerful can it be? Look, like this.
Okay, so then what is actually Lupo? Is this?
This is Lupo.
Right.
And what's the blue part? The blue part is Lupo.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
That's it. The rest of it is tube chassis.
Yes.
And then the dimensions.
And the windshield, it's also from the Lupo.
Stock.
Yes.
Okay, but then what about the steering column?
This is from Mark 5 or Mark 6 Volkswagen.
Okay.
We tried to use as many parts from Volkswagen as we could.
But what about the original dimensions of the chassis? Did you measure a Lupo and did you figure, hey, here's the wheelbase?
No. The wheelbase, it's 285 centimeters. So it's, I think, 60 centimeters longer than the Lupo.
Got it.
The rear, it wouldn't fit. We have to make it longer. But
this setup is just so crazy and so complicated. So it's a compound turbo setup.
Yes, the compound thing, it's not new in the turbocharger technology. It's relatively new use on gasoline, on petrol engines. They're mostly using diesel. Yes, when we have compound or triple compound, when you want 10 bars of boost or 15 bars of boost, and you cannot get 15 bars of boost out of only one supercharger. So the main advantage of compound, if you are asking me, it's the efficiency of the setup. You are getting a lot of boost with very low exhaust manifold back pressure, and that's the the important part for me.
This intercooler,
This is a.
I can't believe how big this is.
It's a Garrett. It's a Garrett core, and we weld everything.
It's
around
so
it.
funny to me how much it dwarfs the radiator,
It-
right? The
Yes.
radiator is so small compared to.
Because the engine block, it's not cooled.
It's solid.
Yes, yes. It's hard block.
So then, is that just cooling the head, or what is that?
Exactly. Yes. It's only cooling the head.
Got
This
it.
one is only cooling the head.
Okay, so it's a solid block.
Yes.
But is it a aluminum block? Or,
No, cast.
But
It's-
then you fill.
it's-
Everything's filled. All the water. is filled.
Exact. All water jacks are filled with hard block. So it's not. This is also nothing new. It holds 1500 horsepower, but we have solutions with billet blocks after we break the stock one.
So then, what else do you have to do on the back portion to get it to run?
So fuel rails, electrical parts, and some water cooling.
So you do all of this in Romania at your shop.
Yes. You can search us at DOP Motorsport, DOP Motorsport on Facebook or on Instagram. And
Where did you learn all this stuff?
So when you're passionate about something, you study. And we're doing this for the past, I don't know, 15 years.
It's just so crazy. Okay, so then I have a couple questions.
Sure.
The transmission is the same front and rear.
Yes.
And then, so what about like the axles and all of that? Is it all
this
the
is
same?
you can see it better on this
Right.
side. This is the gearbox
Yeah.
from RS3. And the drive shafts are from Drive Shaft Shop
Oh. Okay.
from USA.
Yep.
They told me that it will hold more than 1500 horsepower. So
So then, like, what about the hub? What is that hub?
this is from RS3.
RS3 Audi.
Yes, Audi RS3. Yes,
Okay, so it's an RS3 transmission,
yes.
but it's a stock transmission, or is it modified?
So the gear set is stock. The clutches are upgraded, of course. The differential, it's wave track. The
Wave track diff,
Yes.
so it's not solid.
No.
There
no,
is a
no,
diff
no.
in it.
Yes.
And why do you need that?
Well, in case you break loose one of the shafts, you don't
Right.
really want to spin around the track.
Got it. Understood.
And
understood.
to be honest, if the traction it's equal, you don't really need a diff. If the
Right.
traction is equal and the car is good balance with the weight left and right and everything, it will help you if it's locked, but not that much. It's more important the tires, the surface you're running than.
My question is, in the other setup, was it already dual motor?
Yes, 2.0 TFSIs. 2.0 in the front.
So you're
2.0
already used to a dual motor setup,
Yes.
but this is just a more insane version,
12
12-cylinder version
Yes.
of a dual motor
Upgraded
setup.
version of the Lupo.
So then, how did you figure out, like, for example, what about the suspension geometry? What is this pickup point? Is it like a Volkswagen pickup point?
No, we did a lot of calculations, and we did try to get some anti-squat out of the geometry, so it won't leave the rear down when it's launching, you know.
But it's interesting because it almost looks like the rear is the front because it has like a steering rack setup.
Yeah, because this is from the front RS3.
Oh.
Yes.
So then it's like a fake steering rack that's
Yes,
locked.
but it's helping with geometry.
So you could adjust it
You can
for
adjust
toe and everything.
Exactly. Yes.
That is so neat. So then what about the front? Is the front knuckle front RS3 also?
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, that is so neat. So it's both front RS3 knuckles. Interesting. So then, like the tubing, all of it, is it pretty similar geometry front and rear?
Yes.
It has to be because it's holding the engine and everything.
What you see in the front is copied also in the back.
Got it.
But with some more geometry options in the back. Like I was telling you about the anti-squat we are trying to do when we are launching.
Right. Wow. So then, how do you make sure that the front and rear is making the same power.
It's built like this to not make the same power in first, second, and third gear, because the difference in traction, yes, it dictates the amount of power that I can send to the ground. Yes.
I see, because the front wheel drive
Exactly.
is way less.
Yes. So in first gear you can send, I don't know, maybe 800 horsepower and 1000 horsepower on the starting line. You cannot go 1500 horsepower in first gear. That's impossible. It will not have any traction.
You won't move at all. Yeah.
Yes. So the power management is based on the wheel slip that we are having. So we have the speed of the chassis versus the speed of the wheels. It's like a traction control, but it's more advanced version of a traction control.
There's so many things I want to point out. Like this texture is so interesting.
So
this is just
everything-
for the design?
No, everything it's custom built by us. Okay, so this intake manifold, this version, we came up with those reinforcements because in some versions it exploded at four bars of.
You mean
boost.
at the seams it explodes?
Yeah, not here. More like here. It went like this because it will continue move under the
Right.
boost, and after some time it will get loose and.
And here I
explode.
thought you were doing this for the design. It's actually functional.
Yes, you're not the first guy who asked me if this is designed. No,
Wait,
it's not.
all of these are functional because
Yes.
you're reinforcing the seams.
Yes. But, and it also looks good.
It does look good. It looks really, really good.
Time tap.
So cool. So then, what is this? What is this tank for?
So this is a puke tank. So if the engine, you melt the piston on everything, you don't want oil
Right.
all over the place.
You don't want it's a fire hazard.
Yes, and possible traction problems.
Yeah.
You can spin with the car.
Understood.
And everything is connected to this one. It has around 8 or 9 liters. Yes, it's an oil catch tank also. Yes.
So then, does this have power steering?
Yes, it does. I've tried a version without, and it's very hard to turn with slicks if you are on glue or anything. So I put a power steering electrical one. It does add some extra weight, but for comfort it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. So then, what kind of fuel are you running?
So we're running a dual fuel ramp, 12 injectors setup, 2,200 cc each, because we are running on E100 currently, so pure ethanol, which also helps us with the hard block.
Yeah, it keeps it cool.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can cool the cylinder, the block.
This is so neat. There's just so many little things I want to ask questions about. So, does it vibrate this much? Is that why you have to have all?
No, so this one is an sensor that measures the exhaust manifold pressure. And this needs to cool a bit so you don't kill the sensor with heat.
Got it.
And this is a canister that it will attenuate the pulses inside the manifold.
Interesting. So that's the starter there. What is that? Is that a cooler of some sort?
So this one is the stock coolant, the stock cooler of the gearbox. But now I'm using it as an oil heater for the DSG. So look, I'm taking water from the radiator,
Yeah.
passing it through the turbo,
Yeah.
then passing, and it's getting a lot of heat, and warming up the oil in the DSG. So because, for example, right now you want to go to the starting line, you start the car, it will come to operating temperature very fast, the engine, but the gearbox, it will be too cool.
Right,
the-
because you
the
can't
oil.
just drive
You cannot
it
drive
and
it.
use
Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes. And we're heating the oil with the oil cooler.
Right. That's really smart. Very, very smart. I love that. So then, like, what about, and then the front control arm, what is that from?
Also from RS3. Yes.
So front RS3 and rear is front RS3 also.
Yes,
Audi,
yes.
a lot of Audi, Volkswagen,
Volkswagen,
Audi.
Audi, yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is where the real tricky setup is. It seems like you have a lot of two of everything,
Yes.
right?
I will tell you exactly why there are two of everything.
Yeah.
I want to be able to drive the car with only one engine. If I want to drive it only with the front, I'm able to drive it only with the front. If I want to drive it only with the back, I can do it. For dyno, for example, you can tune it only the rear engine without keeping the rear one started or
That's a good point.
and also I have two gear levels because, for example, I'm doing burnouts independently. So when you're going to race, first I'm doing a burnout with the front engine and keeping the rear one in neutral, and keeping the front in neutral and doing a burnout with the rear.
Okay, so then it actually helps you that they're not connected in any way.
Yes.
Because, like you said, you can have different power for different types of traction.
Yes.
If it was connected, it actually
Yes.
would make it
If
harder
it been
for you.
hardware connected, you would transfer more power all the time to the rear. So it would have been more of a rear wheel drive than all wheel drive like it's now.
Understood. Okay. So then how does it shift at the same time? Like what?
They don't shift at the same time.
They don't.
They don't. They shift based on, as I was telling you, the speed difference from the chassis to the wheels. The gearbox software, it's locked so it won't shift. And the shifting commands, I'm sending them from the ECU.
Okay, so then you're telling me, so when you're driving it down the quarter mile,
Yes.
the front will shift, then the rear will shift, and then the front?
It depends. Most of the time, the front will shift first and then the rear.
Is that the weirdest feeling for you?
No,
Like,
not really.
it's like
if you
dung, 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 like-
yes, when you hear it, when I'm driving alone on the track, you hear it like there are two cars on the track because two engines that are at different speeds. So because the front it will always be spinning way more than the rear. The rear it will go on, and the front it's crazy. Yes.
I've never heard of that before.
Yes, I'll show you some videos with the old setup. I'm very curious how the new setup will be.
It's interesting to me because even though it's the same gear ratios, they're shifting at different times because of the loss of traction in the front.
Exactly. Yes.
What a crazy setup. Okay, so then it's only one ECU?
No, two ECUs.
Okay.
So-
So where's the other ECU?
It's in the back here, but it's not mounted because the electrical parts are not connected.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So two ECUs.
Two ECUs.
And do they talk to each other or how does that work?
No. They're independent. Programmed separately. Each one does his job, his own job.
Wait, so then but then you send one signal from the
This is common. Yes, the throttle is common for both engines. The throttle, yes. That's the only part that.
So and that's why you have two displays here too, because one for each engine.
Yes, look. So
Two sets of controls, two kill switches.
yes, this is for the front engine.
Why do you have a hydraulic e-brake here for burnout?
For burnout, and in the last setup I didn't have a handbrake. So when you try to park on some race parks, the car was moving.
Yeah.
And I need a handbrake. It's
Understood.
crazy because the parkings from the gearboxes are deleted, and you need a handbrake to leave the car without moving.
Understood. Understood. Very
Look,
practical.
this is how the. Do you want me to start it?
Oh, you could start it?
Of course I can.
Sure. Of course, we would love to hear it. All the way from Romania. This thing is no joke.
It's not that loud.
Yeah, because the two turbos
Exactly, yes.
are quieting it quite a bit.
Yes, so when I first started without any turbos, we got scared a bit. But after we mount both turbos, it was very silent, and we were like, that's too silent. But
So then, like, the racetracks in Romania, like, how is it with noise? Is it okay?
No
They don't
problem.
care? Okay,
No
they don't care. Got it. Amazing.
we'll leave it 1 minute to heat up.
Yeah.
We'll rev it a bit.
Okay,
so we can.
perfect. Thank you. So then, do you have to run parachutes?
Yes, yes.
It's too fast.
2 parachutes.
2 parachutes.
Yes. Those are the smallest brakes that I could find.
Just to save any weight.
Yes, yes.
And then this is the wheel and tire setup that you would use.
For now, for the first race, we're going to use this setup, and we'll go from here if we need bigger, wider, taller. We'll see. We'll see. In the rear, baby brakes.
That's why you need 2 parachutes.
Yes, yes.
So then, is it mounted right there, or how does it get mounted to the chassis?
I also
right here, too.
I also have a wheelie bar to help the front put down more power, because it will lift a bit, and you want to keep it. You keep the nose down.
What I really appreciate about this build is the fit and finish. All the carbon pieces, all the hardware. It just looks so good. Are these the seats that you're going to be running?
No.
Okay.
No. It will run only one seat. A drag racing seat. This is for show
this
up.
is just for
only.
show.
Yes.
Understood.
You're not safe with this one.
You're crazy, but not that crazy. So good. And that's just one engine.
Yes.
And that's also why I bring earplugs when I go to car shows, because of people like you.
No, this is light. So, to be honest, this rev limiter is only for show off. The first event we went with the car a few months ago, my launch control, it's not like this, pops and bangs and everything. It's like it doesn't do anything spectacular. So the guys told me from the team, oh, you got to do something. It's
Yeah.
not doing any noise. I was more, it's efficient launch control, not this.
Okay, so the question is, I'm assuming you being the calculated guy you are, what is your best guess for?
No,
There's no way.
hard to guess. Hard
What-
to guess
what-
because it.
What
will-
is your dream now to get in the quarter mile for this?
So, to be honest, the target is to be able to run 7 seconds on the lowest power I can have. So the lowest power settings, it's around 950, 1,000 horsepower per engine. So with 2,000 horsepower, if I'm running 7 seconds,
Because at that point, you're kind of running into, it is a shorter wheelbase for a drag vehicle.
yes, 285.
Right.
Yes.
You're going to run into that issue of like just trying to keep it straight if you're running 3,800 horsepower, 3,600 horsepower.
Yes. We'll see. That's why it's a hard guess where we're going to be. It will depend on the traction. Mainly, it will depend on the track conditions we're going to run. So.
Yeah. How are the drag strips in Romania?
So we have a very good drag strip. We organized the Road Drag Racing Romanian Championship. We have a very good strip at Arad, and 1st of September it's our next race, and I will race it over there.
Do you think you would race it outside of Romania anywhere?
I did. We also raced on Santa Pod
cool.
a few years back with the old setup. Yes. We like going around.
Yeah.
As you see, we are in Poland now. So.
Hopefully, maybe you can race in the US one day.
We'll see. For the next year, for sure, we're going to Door Slammers in UK
Yeah.
for the next year. So the funny part is it is a door slammer because it has doors, but we're going to be in the promote class, which they have 4,000 horsepower, 5,000 horsepower, up to 10,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
But we are going to raise them. Why
Right.
not?
No, you should, because it's something unique. You know, it's not like anything I've ever seen, honestly.
Well, that was the plan. So.
Yeah, you succeeded. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you showing us this build. I have to say, I think this is my favorite car here at the show.
Thank you.
I have to say. It's incredible. What a car. So cool. Thank you so much. All right.
No problem.
Amazing. Just so good. So good. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying our ultra race coverage here in Poland. Definitely wanted to give a big thank you to our friends from Pennzoil and Yokohama Tire. So Pennzoil has been a long-term supporter for us. They are so into us creating content all around the world, spreading the love of car culture. And right now they have this campaign called Long May We Drive. And as you guys know, we drove a lot. And especially this trip, because we did such a long road trip and we're not done with it yet. We have so much more driving to do. So yeah, long may we drive in so many ways. For you guys to keep driving, to keep your cars on the road, running Pennzoil, keeping your engines safe, but also definitely a big shout out to Yokohama Tire. They are such a big supporter of ours too for so many years. Way before I even started doing YouTube, I've always been running their tires in time attack, autocross. Now I'm using their tires for wheel-to-wheel racing, and then we're using AO52s on my E36. So at least I don't have to worry about the engine blowing or losing traction on track. Everything else is a little questionable on that car. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.